Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Chakwadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Another spiritual observation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Playing my little video game the other night, and I was listening to two gentlemen speak to each other. I like to say for face value when I see people on TV or in life, because we do understand confusion of face, in that things are not always what they seem. People, all right, we understand that may look like they're from a particular nation or they of a particular nationality, but they aren't. So having that understanding, I always say for face value. So for face value, listening to them, they sound like Edomites. And the craziest thing they said, and they both said it, man. And through the spirit, I wouldn't, lie intentionally, definitely. And I would pray that the spirit would never give any Akim over to a lying spirit. I know it wouldn't. So, man, I'm just listening to them talk about issues pertaining to society. They're both saying they're on food stamps, talking about, this pending not getting these food stamps. Then they both say they had heart attacks. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they both said they had 2 heart attacks. They couldn't have, been older than in their 40s. Sound like they was in their probably late 20s to 30s, to be honest with you. One dude is saying, man, in relation to those food stamps that he was complaining about, man, I can barely feed my child. I'm hearing their lady friends or whoever, I'm guessing it's their significant other, complaining. They're going like, yeah, all this just playing a video game, man. Just, little clear my head, play a little game, just listening to this shit. Wow. So I say that to say, what we were taught through the spirit was, in our understanding, the Lord put these curses upon the Israelites, and at the end of the world, preceding the Lord's second coming, the Lord will start to put these curses upon our enemies, and Esau's enemy being that number one. That's what's happening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. Again, like I said, I believe through the spirit, man, that those were Edomites, and they were complaining big time. They're in damn near dire straits, man. Like, for real, if they don't get these food stamps, a lot of people, I guess, are gonna be in dire straits. That's not serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, man. So yeah, you gotta remember, yeah, this is Jacob's trouble, but it's also a transition of power. All right. And they're going to be troubled as well. So this is Deuteronomy 28 in relation to the curses that the Lord put upon his people, or he said he was going to place upon his people if we did not do what he asked us to do. And that did happen. This is Deuteronomy 28, and we'll look at some of the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. It's our people. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. So you just see that now, and you should see it at every point in life, especially with this captivity that we're in this very day with us that live here in Babylon the Great. Doesn't matter if you own your own business, man. At the highest level, we're talking taxes and all that, man. You will find Esau Edom, all right? In some form or fashion, you have to borrow from this man, okay? We don't have it like that to be the lender. So what this is going into, He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail, man. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee. And these curses have done that. And we're finna see it come to its full strength when the Lord allows this man to pull it back and then bring it back in with the MOTB. All right. Till thou be destroyed, because why? Thou hearkenest hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord, thy God, Yahweh Bahashem Shah, to keep his commandments and the statutes which he commanded thee. So because we didn't do that, the Lord let these things happen, and it's a whole list. And if you just, study through the Spirit, you should see a lot of these curses, well, all of these curses line up with our people, you so-called black people, so-called Latina people, so-called Native American people. All right. And we'll go to let me see. Book of Haggai. The book of Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little, and that's our people, man. Well, and right now in Babylon the Great, that's every nation that's here. Everyone is going through this now, man. Even the celebrities, even though they have much brought in, much quote unquote in relation to what we have, it's still the same wickedness that's overtaken their bag. All right. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes, man. Living paycheck to damn paycheck. The Bible is so just accurate. That's just that paycheck to paycheck, man. Is that not? All right. So that's what we're experiencing because of the curses that the Lord had placed upon us, man. All right. Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And back to the curses. Where's that 37? We'll look at another one. And thou shalt become an astonishment, all right, a wonder, a spectacle, all right, something peculiar. Now, we're supposed to be peculiar in righteousness, right? Like, wow, those people are beautiful and perfect. But instead, we're peculiar, and wow, those people rap about unaliving each other, all right? And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall send thee. So that's why you hear through the Spirit us say so called, because that's not who you are. That's a byword. Nigga, spick, whatever. All right. Zo. All right, these are bywords and stuff, man. All right, you're from the nation of Israel, from a respective tribe. All right, and when the Lord returns, we will know exactly who we are and what tribe we belong to, man. Through the Spirit, brothers feel they're of a particular tribe, and just like through the Spirit, brothers hope to be of the Lord's hopeful elect. We shall see. All right, and that's something beautiful to desire. All right, but the point being, these curses, man. All right, an astonishment, a byword. So that's why we say so called, because you're not that, man. But these curses is looking like it's falling upon Esau. I just found it, funny, and it was current, because that was like the other night I heard them two gentlemen. I was like, wow, they were saying the same thing. It would have been something, and I probably through the Spirit, if the spirit was upon me, uh would have spoke on just hearing one gentleman say that sounded like he was a Edomite. But hearing them both say that, both had, I'm not making that up. They both said they had heart attacks, both on freaking food stamps, man. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and I don't, I don't want, yeah, I don't want to even. All right, yeah. Let's see, 28. Yeah, bring it out. 16. Yeah. Okay. The book of Psalm. There we go. Let's see here. 91 and verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So, things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. There's going to be a reward for righteousness, man, of course. And we could go into that for days and days. But guess what? There's going to be a reward for the wicked. And a part of that reward, through the Spirit, our understanding, again, these curses will start to overtake our enemy, just like it overtook us. And hearing the gentlemen and brothers have made epistles, seeing the same thing through the Spirit, man. And it's good, because when you see things like that happen in real life, it gives you reassurance that this word is true, man. All right, and that the Lord is with us. He has given us, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and He hasn't took it away. So, but let's go to the end of the book, as they say. Well, Revelation 18. Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great, which is displaced, the U.S., is fallen, all right, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So, talking about this place and how wicked it is. And if you just open your eyes and be honest, you should see it. And now more than ever, with the whole cell phone thing, all right, or smartphone thing, as they say, okay, and other nations, have seen us via these devices, via this technology, all right, via word of mouth at first, all right, hearing about the great USA. And that's why a lot of people came over here, word of mouth back in the day. You know the story. They heard about this great place, man. Now it has fallen. It's trash. All these major cities, for real, they trash. In NYC, Rat City, ATL, if you know, you know. That's our AO, area operation. We know. You can still smell the crack in some places, LA, can't nobody afford that. Just like New York, people can't afford that shit. California, sky high, and they got issues. It's on fire every summer. You know, come on, man. The Midwest, whoa, come on, man. Everything is just terrible. I be always, as a young man, I was blessed to be able to go to the theme parks in Florida, see Kenan and Kel and all that, man. So I was kind of in the theme parks, and I have a child, so I kind of still am, with her. Um, Come, just looking, observing, seeing if the Lord would allow, me to go to play. I've went now. I'm just saying, like, looking for another trip maybe before this happens, if the Lord would allow that. But just coming and hearing these things, man. Oh, there's a lot of accidents going on at these parks right now. And it's just not making money like it used to. Just talking Disneyland, we're talking Universal. They got a new park, Epic Universe, and things like that. And you're hearing these reviews and things. They're saying these parks are empty. I've seen videos talking about what's it called, Vegas, empty. All right, I did a epistle a while back through the spirit talking about Miami, and during whatever that time, the week they go down there, you know the story, Miami, that week that all them people go down there act a fool. It's empty. And in that video, it was full of law enforcement, man, just everywhere. So the signs of the times, man, all these things is happening. So this is that place, man. This is, you're hearing us make these last epistles through the spirit, man. The Lord has blessed us. This is that place. If you haven't had that understanding, and you should be able to see that, by lining it up with the scriptures, what we're saying, hey, this is that place that is fallen. All right, Babylon the Great. And the other nations, like I said, have drunk of this wine. Okay, wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth hath committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Oh man, that's just us all day, and it's just all coming to naught, man. Uh, yeah, we can just keep it. And verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, man. So always from now until the Lord beams us up, via the chariots, as we believe is gonna happen. Um, we're going to come out of her. We're going to come out of this and be protected from these said plagues, all right? For her sins have reached unto heaven. The cup runneth over. Look at the sins of our people and how the wickedness of these other nations, where we learn from, it's just running over. Look at our women and how they boast in their wickedness. No matter what, we've went into detail about the wickedness, man. And brothers have went year after year on a daily basis in the freaking detail on the specific things that these women are doing, man. On a broad spectrum of what these women are doing, and not just our women, but every woman here on earth, on the west side of the earth, as well as the earth, man. Went into detail, all right, running over, and they're so bold and they boast in it. Look at our young men, and these is just like two issues, right? Look at our young men and how they boast in unaliving people. All right, this is signs that this cup, all right, of wickedness is running over. All right, run. Okay, where we at? What was I? For sins of return. Verse 5, for her sins are reached up into heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. In verse 6, reward, and there it is again, that reward that we talked about in Psalms 91 and 8, that reward of the wicked. Look at again that word reward. Her, even as she rewarded you. So yeah, you gave us something. The Lord let y'all give us something. He gave you the power to be a whooping stick unto us, and it must be true that we're gonna getting ready to be a whooping stick unto you. Okay, Esau, Edom. Um, so reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her work. So the Lord gonna give you a double portion, and the cup which she hath uh filled to her double. So yeah. And I mean, verse 7, that was gonna be it. But verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself. That's that pride, that's that boastfulness of Babylon the Great. And guess what? The inhabitants thereof. So prideful and just glorifying and bullshit. Okay, and live deliciously. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Everybody wanted to come over here. This is supposed to be the land of opportunity. So much torment and sorrow give her. Ooh, For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen. That's right, queendom. And I am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow, man. Therefore shall her players come in one day, death, mourning, and famine. And that's what they was going into, man, especially in relation to those food stamps, man. That famine. It ain't nothing but mourning going on. It ain't nothing but a whole lot of, unaliving going on upon the earth. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. And the Lord promised that, via the rainbow. He said he was going to not destroy the earth via water. But guess what? Fire was promised to this place. And we have been uh, instructed through the Spirit what that was, man. Ultimately, we believe it's, that fire, a lot of that is going to be via nuclear missiles, man, and what Yahweh Shah is going to bring back. Okay? Wrath, fire, judgment, okay? Utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Yahweh Hashem Shah, man. All right? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her, all right, and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. It's gonna be a sight to behold, the fall of Babylon the Great, man. All right, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon. Wow, all of that infrastructure, all of that money, all of that stunting, all right? That great city Babylon, that mighty city, that military power, all right? For in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and that's what the prophets have been instructed was going to happen, all right, to Babylon the Great. So much destruction via them nuclear nukes, missiles, gonna hit this place that is gonna be utterly destroyed in 1 hour, man. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. All scripture was given by inspiration of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right. And I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. Right there, I'll leave it through the Spirit. Yeah, I heard those two gentlemen saying that, and I just thought through the Spirit led me to just to speak on it, man. The curses are falling upon Esau, Edom, and oh man, wicked. Oh goodness, they're complaining left and right. They're starting to see the wickedness of their own people, and we have learned Egyptian against Egyptian. All right, what's gonna happen? So Babylonia against Babylonian. That's our captive against our captive. All right, the one so. You see that happening. So it's just going to be an uproar pretty soon. Who knows? Us as wise men, we utilize that through the Spirit, man. We don't know if they're going to do the whole food stamp, not giving that out. We'll see. As far as getting on with the show, if you will, I guess, and getting home, we would desire that the Lord, I guess, if it be his will, let it happen, and for brothers that, are, if the Lord has blessed brothers with that as a source, a resource, hey, man, we all pray for each other more, man. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it, through the Spirit. All right, so man, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh shall be with us, man. Till next time, Shalom.